welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host, Mick, and today I'm joined by
Landon Browning.
Will,
and David Parker.
Welcome to the show, guys. It's November 13th.
12th.
12. I was like,
I
think it's 13.
Mick thought he slept in way more than he actually did.
What year is it?
Yesterday was great because it was 11/11/22, which is a great date.
Because 11 plus 11 equals 22.
We'll never have that again.
What did you do
Tell
on the...
Actually, it's 11/11/2022, so it doesn't really work out.
Yeah. Boo, your math, Landon. Boo.
You don't write it. You don't write the 2022. Like if you do the date, you do 11/11/22.
But what if they think you mean 1922?
Or 1822.
Don't be
You know what?
crazy.
You know what? I just thought it was kind of a cool thing. If you guys want to like crap all over it, we don't. You know what? We don't need to talk about it.
Well, it's only cool if you did something cool on that day.
I didn't.
Well, we're not talking about this anymore.
So what are we talking about, Michael?
We got a lot of things to talk about.
Like what?
We got some movies we've all watched. Some, like, is it German or Russian?
Neither. I don't.
Yeah.
Neither.
That's more of a Michael thing.
I'm going off of... No, it's a Star Trek thing, because I'm going off of Chekhov.
Well, Chekhov was Russian.
Well, there you go. Question answered. Anyway. Will and I watched Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, last night.
How was it?
It was
late.
Good.
It was late.
Question mark.
It was really late. Well, I've started going to bed at around 9 o'clock, and the movie started at like 9:35,
Why you going to
probably.
bed at night?
It was 2.5 hour movie.
Why are you going to bed?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Why are you going to bed at like 9 o'clock?
Because I'm getting up earlier for work. Because it's getting darker earlier, so I'm trying to move
Start
things
earlier.
over. Yeah.
You kind of have the freedom. Like you can do that. Like is your schedule pretty like loose? Like where you can.
Yeah, like another coworker, he starts at like 5:45.
Oh my god. No thanks.
Yeah, that's too early.
I mean, it would be nice to get done that early, but then you're
Yeah, at
You're going
some
to
point
bed
it's
that
like,
early.
oh, I'm going to bed at 5:45.
I'm
PM.
always surprised when I think about starting work early and Landon, because Landon to me always seems like he'd be like an early morning person, but then like whenever he talks about it, like I always remember that he actually doesn't like to start work very early.
Hate it.
But like
And it's only-
everything about Landon's personality like always makes me think that he's like early
Right.
morning kind of guy.
I'm not. I think I would be, but like my job is not like me starting earlier. Generally speaking, has no impact on when I get off.
It just means you work more hours in a day, basically.
Yeah, especially my old job, it definitely meant that because you just had to like call in after every job till 5 o'clock. At my new job, I just have certain stores that are assigned to me. So like even if I start at 5 in the morning, if an emergency, like if an important call comes in at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I still have to go to it. Even if I started, I'm like, I don't know why I would, unless I want more hours, which I don't. So plus I just hate the mornings.
Mornings.
mornings are the worst. Like mornings can be good, but there's nothing good about like a workday morning, you know?
Yeah.
What time do you guys wake up?
I wake up usually, I try to wake up 8 or 8:30 a.m.
Okay, so like I guess by Will standards, I am an early morning person.
What's that like?
I wish. So the hard part is that I'm scheduled to start work at 10:30 a.m. So
But you also don't work.
I don't
A
work
full
full
time.
time,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But I wish I worked like I wish I started work at like 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m.
I wish I started work. I get up at like 5:50, and then I'm in work by like 6:50.
I get up at typically I get up at like 7:30, and I leave my house at 8. I get the advantage of like I start work when I leave though.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I mean I'm gonna try to start a little bit earlier just because of the weather and stuff.
Yeah.
Same like just like
Traffic too, like.
traffic, and then it's like my work is getting slower, so like I can't probably get home at an earlier time. So I'm like I might as well start.
You might as well try, right?
Like if I start,
Right now
I try to
for-
start at like 6 or 7. I'm gonna try to start like working out more too in the morning. So
I mean, don't be crazy.
like I'm like if I could get up at like I just like in my mind I'm like if I got up at like 5:30 and I did like 30 minutes on like the elliptical and then had like coffee at home and like maybe like some breakfast or something, I feel like I might be more awake
I mean,
and then leave.
don't be crazy.
I feel
I
like
say all this, probably almost none of it's going to happen.
I mean, you have the elliptical.
I have been using it the past like 3 days.
The hard part is like actually getting the discipline to be like, nope, I'm not setting my alarm for. Like I'm setting my alarm an hour earlier than I have to. That's the for me.
Well,
Where it's like
that's easy for me. I just have no problem waking up, turning that alarm off, and then setting another alarm for an hour later, and then just going right back to sleep.
I mean,
Yeah.
setting alarms is like super easy. All you have to do is push a button.
no.
No one forgets that.
No. Gosh dang it, Michael. Yeah. Well, Dave, what about you?
I have
time do you
alarms set for 6:30 and 7.
What did you say, Dave? Sorry.
I said I have alarms set for 6:30 and 7. So
Gotcha.
That's a good spread.
What time do you wake up?
like open my eyes or like get out of bed.
Get out of bed. Like you're starting to do.
Get out of bed.
It's usually in between my first alarm and
How many
second alarm.
times do you press snooze?
I don't.
I'm an anti-snoozer.
I am. I just like setting another alarm for 30 minutes later because like the snooze isn't long enough. Like
Oh yeah.
the snooze
for
is
sure.
just enough to make me mad. Like 5 minutes
Snooze,
is not enough.
8
Like,
minutes. It's 8 minutes, isn't it?
Isn't it unhealthy to also snooze?
I'm
Like, there's
pretty
some
sure- I'm
studies
pretty
that
sure
show
it's
that
like
like
30
it's really unhealthy for you to just get like that little bit more of sleep.
I feel like everything's unhealthy at this point.
Yeah.
Just name it. It's unhealthy.
Yeah. I heard someone say that eggnog's unhealthy, and I'm like,
It is unhealthy. It's literally just fat. Like,
It's fat and sugar. Will.
sorry, my bad. I
Dude,
like
eggnog is so good. Oh,
it's so good.
It's the
Dude,
holiday
it's,
drink.
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
Officially,
It took me-
it's snowed here where we
I-
are at. Well, most of us are at.
I did not like eggnog till I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
Eggnog is the best.
eggnog. You
thing
have to have a
ever.
refined palate for eggnog.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah.
does Colby not like eggnog? I thought there was someone.
I've been trying to win him over.
I think like you can be convinced to like eggnog. I 100% believe that.
Well,
mean,
it
it's
happened to
basically-
Landon.
Ice cream.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly.
When I was in the Tri-Cities during probably like my
Darkest days.
like a weekend morning for me would be like I'd wake up and I'd like make like a pound of bacon and I'd have like bacon, eggs, and like the most giant glass of eggnog. Like, and that was like my breakfast. And I like watch football and it was like amazing.
That's
So wait,
incredible.
is this what made you like more depressed, or is this what like kept you hanging on to life?
I think it was like compounding.
It's both a side
I would
effect
like
and
if
a
like,
cost.
I'd be like, what would you credit you for like surviving that year? I'd be like eggnog,
Eggnog?
and Red Dead Redemption 2. Like probably like the only things that kept me going.
Eggnog works wonders.
That game was like my lifeline. Like when I was like really sad and depressed, I'd be like I could go be a cowboy for a few hours and like everything could be like a little. But then the game got sad and I was like, oh no.
Like, you need to find a video game inside of Red Dead to
Yeah.
escape from.
You could just like never progress the story past a certain.
Yeah,
point.
I know.
You
I'm
can
like-
keep
I'm
your
like-
characters in purgatory. Like, we're like, oh,
Yeah, Landon's like
I'm
forever
thinking-
chapter 3.
Yeah.
Life was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After like the bank robbery and where is it? Sanity? Is that where?
Yeah, and then
Oh, no,
yeah,
I'm like, oh
it
my
goes
God.
downhill from there pretty quickly.
That's a great game.
Oh, it's so good.
I want to replay it, but
It's so long.
I'm
though.
sad that there's not like a PS5 version that like has like more advanced features. Makes me sad.
I wish you guys
Better
had
running.
access to
better
PS3s
running.
so that you could play the first game, because I still think the
don't know why
first
they
game
don't-
is also really, really good.
They need to remake it. I don't know why they haven't remade it. Like,
They-
Did you see
should.
Rockstar try to remake the Grand Theft Auto games and how well that went over? Like,
It wasn't
Well, they
bad
had-
though, was it?
they had an AI make it, right?
yeah, that's what Rockstar probably would have done with Red Dead 1.
I
And
mean,
they're
but
like,
the,
oh,
but the
we
thing
won't put
is,
in the effort.
they remade most of the map in
Yeah, so
Red
they
Dead 2,
have-
so like they have those assets instead of just like doing a weird upscale of whatever they did for that collection that they did that
yeah,
was-
Dave, but
turned out
what's
really poorly.
easier for a company to do?
I don't know.
I don't know the success of how much the first Red Dead sold. I mean, I feel like, man,
It makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense.
I think they said it's
but
up-
what's
Red Dead 2's
easier?
Red Dead 2 is up to like
well, the
70
easiest
something.
thing is to not release anything, Will, which is clearly what they're doing. So
exactly.
Well, why
I don't
would
think
they?
they're
They're making so
necessarily
much
hurting
money.
for
They're
money,
making so.
so.
They could probably, yeah.
They could live off Grand Theft Auto 5. Like,
I think they made back the budget of Red Dead 2 in like the first day the game was out. Like,
Stupid.
yeah, I can't imagine the amount of like. I think all the people that worked on the game got like massive bonuses. Like,
You know-
like it's like 6-figure bonuses.
we never did talk about the GTA 6 leak. We haven't talked about that.
Oh,
on
that
the
was
show.
massive.
oh yeah, that was like
That was like an unprecedented thing happening with like leak
And it was a
wise,
scary
and
thing
we just
because they
never
were
talked
thought
about
the
it.
source code might have gotten leaked.
I
which
think
would
the
have
source
been,
code did get leaked, didn't it?
I don't know if it did. I know if the source code got leaked, they would have to essentially, from my understanding, they would have to like essentially start over on making the game.
Because what I had read was basically the same thing happened to Half-Life 2, which pushed the game back like a year, I think, because the source code got leaked on that, and so they had to redo a ton of stuff.
That happened with that. What happened with Half-Life 3? That game's got pushed for like
Rip.
15, 17 years.
I do want GTA 6 really bad. The leak was huge. There's maps and everything. Like
There was maps, there was
animations,
characters,
scenes.
dialogue, like story points, plot points. I think.
What fictional place is it? Or
It's going to be
city?
in Miami, I think.
I think it's redoing the Vice City
Isn't
map.
that though?
Yeah, it's going back to
Oh,
Vice City.
I
Well,
want
I mean,
something new.
but San Andreas also though that was redone from San Andreas. Mick.
Come on, do a Spokane one.
You get through the map in 8 seconds.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest. You could have Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, all three
Spokane.
cities that are sort of similar.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I am skeptical because like the main like creative like what is it the Hauser brothers left.
Oh yeah, they're not involved with it, are they?
So that's like I'm like yeah they were like the writers like the heavy writing involved with like all their games before that. So
Yeah, I think it is actually concerning.
yeah.
Because I mean, you look what has happened with companies like DICE and companies like
DICE is
who makes Dragon Age, BioWare.
Yeah, they're-
BioWare, where tons of people leave and they're just a shell of their former selves, and they have these IPs and they try to make new ones and they're bad.
Yeah.
So like same thing happened with DICE. So many people left after Battlefield 4 and 5 that it was just like they're not themselves anymore, and it came out in 2042.
Broken.
Did they go and make their own company?
I think they all scattered. I'm
No,
pretty
the
sure.
two people from Rockstar.
One of them did. One of them's starting his own like a smaller team.
I have no idea. I haven't kept up with
I don't
it
think
that much.
I don't think he's announced any project or anything. I'm sure it'll be really good. But
Cars stealing
yeah.
LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'll still
Did you
play.
guys like look into? I really actually didn't look into much of the leaks. I more just heard
Yeah,
that stuff was leaked, but I actually didn't like watch any videos or anything like that.
I don't really want to know much.
I actually kind of avoided it because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'd rather like go in like completely more blind
Yeah.
than not.
The only thing I would be interested in trying to find out would be like map stuff, because like that's the thing that always interests me is like, oh, what does the map look like? What kind of locations are there? But I don't think there was anything that was like definitively like a map leak. So I was like, well, I don't care about any of these leaks then.
there's like there's not that many games I get like super excited for, but like GTA 6 is one of them. Like that, the next Spider-Man game,
yeah,
super excited.
yeah.
Whenever Naughty Dog makes another game, when their next masterpiece comes out of the oven.
Do you mean when they remake The Last of Us Part 2?
Director's cut.
Yeah. What other games would it be day one for? Well, there's not much anymore. Like
God of
Rainbow
War.
Six Siege 2.
no, those days are behind me. Tired. I deleted the game off my console.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Will?
I'm like I 1,000 hours of my
Will?
life.
It's already gone. It's been gone for a while.
Yours has? Okay.
Yeah.
Michael?
Finally got clean. We finally got clean. It took so long to get clean.
Oh, I'm still
Dude,
going.
we got pulled back
I'm
at
like,
one point.
I'm
too.
like level 15 in that.
We got pulled back multiple times.
Yeah.
We quit multiple times, and then like every once in a while, be like, "What do you guys think we should play?" And then like next thing you know, it's like we're playing every night. Like
Yeah.
degenerates screaming and like. But it like felt good to like sometimes like you'd quit for 6 months, you come back and like you're not as good. But like every once in a while, you'd have like a round where like you clutched up like a 1v5, and you're like yeah, like, you're like the old man. You're like I still got it.
when like in reality. In reality, it's like, nah, you just got lucky. There were like 2 team kills on it.
You like hit fire through a wall and get a headshot. You're like, oh, I still know the maps.
For me, a day one purchase next year is going to be Resident Evil 4, the remake.
I'll probably check that out.
It looks.
It might be
really
too
good.
spooky, but I'll
Dude,
probably
you need to get over your spooky.
I played through Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, but like you didn't play through Resident Evil 2,
Too
which is
spooky.
like better
It was too-
game.
It's too spooky.
It's a better game than Resident Evil 8.
I don't know. RE8 had the big vampire lady.
You won't play that, but you played the Quarry.
The Quarry was not that.
The Quarry was scary.
What makes Resident Evil 2 so scary?
The guy that's chasing you.
Oh, yeah.
nonstop. Like
And you
I don't like.
constantly hear the boots like
Well, I don't like.
goo behind
I
you.
almost don't like that kind of. I don't like a game where like it's like a constant enemy presence, like they're always following you. Like I don't like that because like it feels like there's no.
I love that. It makes it so stressful. Like,
Well, that's why I don't like having to feel like forced to have to like run through. Be like I don't have much time here to like.
Yeah, it probably makes it so you can't play exactly how you want to play.
Yeah.
which is the point though. Which
Well,
is
yeah,
what makes it great.
even if it is the point,
I don't
well,
like it.
that's he doesn't like that.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you don't like that.
He just said.
I just said I don't like. I can't play it at my own pace. Like
But I guess that like it contributes to the horror aspect of it. Like sure,
knows
you can
that.
play-
I
But he
know that.
doesn't
I don't
like
like that though. I don't like that.
Okay, I guess
It's
fair
the same
enough.
thing like Alien, that Alien Isolation game. The alien is always there. Like
That's
and-
cool though.
I mean, it's cool. It's a cool feature, but like it's like I don't like that because it's like that constant like.
Yeah.
So I'll probably buy that Callisto Protocol game. That's another game.
and the
like
Dead
that.
Space remake.
Yeah, I'll
too.
probably buy both.
There's like 3 like survival horror games releasing like back to back to back. December is Callisto. January is Dead Space remake.
Yeah.
And then March I think is Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy Callisto Protocol probably day one because I like
so.
like space horror is great. Like,
When
I
is
love
when is the Evil House game coming out?
this month? The
Evil-
Dark Picture.
Oh,
thing?
Yeah.
it's like in a couple weeks.
Yeah. That's November 18th, I think. So actually next week.
Well, we should play it through that. Like maybe I'm taking some time. Are you still going to LA for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
From the 23rd to the 26th, I think.
Oh, dang it.
Mick will not be here for Friendsgiving.
No.
I will have to carry the beef Wellington single-handedly.
Sorry, Will.
Dave, are you
like
gonna be
literally
in
just
Spokane
carrying
during
it.
that time?
No, I'm just gonna carry it.
Sorry.
Are you going to be in Spokane during that time?
Probably not.
No, Dave will not be here. He hates us. He hates everybody. Dave's gonna have his Thanksgiving by himself in his house. He's gonna have one Cornish game head.
Ben and I made Cornish game hens once. They didn't turn out very, very good, but we had fun making them.
Shocker. Isn't that what they served us at the Knights tournament thing?
I thought it was
Yeah.
just a tiny chicken.
It was a tiny chicken.
No, it
and
was
we
a
were
Cornish game
sharing
hen.
our-
Dude, that was that was a crazy night.
Dude, that was a great night. I think,
My mouth, like my throat hurt so bad from screaming. Like I've never like
Colin!
dude, King Colin.
dude, that was
Our hero.
what a night.
What a knight.
I miss it so much.
You
I
miss
miss it
Vegas.
I miss not Vegas, the actual place, but like a trip with all my friends. That's
Yeah, we're never gonna do it again. It's crazy.
yeah. Shut up. Like let me miss something. Let me be sad, okay?
I feel like you like thrive off nostalgia. Like that's like what keeps you alive. You're like, oh man, like I miss.
It's either what keeps him alive or keeps him depressed. Like, we don't know.
Okay. Listen, it's more of like I just remember vividly like some having very fun, having
Oliver
a lot of
complaining
fun.
about his feet hurting the entire trip.
Highlight.
That's my new thing. When Oliver says something stupid in the group chat, I just hit him with the foot emoji.
Yeah.
Where do
I
you
just
guys
didn't know how weak his feet were, man. Like,
where do you guys want the
Yeah,
next boys trip to be?
I'm still like on the cruise vote. I think that would just. Be
I mean, I would do it, but like,
I'm scared, dude.
What?
Titanic is a real thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like
stupid.
over 100 years ago.
Who knows when you can't see an iceberg? Like,
Okay. Well, like, I think they can see him better now.
Also, if we did one, we'd probably do like a Mexican Riviera cruise or something, because
Probably
those
a
aren't
place
too
like
expensive.
Yeah.
And
I would do it. I would do a cruise.
They're so much fun.
they are
Aren't they, Dave?
yeah, I think they're fun.
when would we do this?
Yeah, next week.
Next week? Yeah.
I think Landon said he had some time off.
Around Thanksgiving. I think I've taken all the time off this year. I'm going to do it because I'm taking time off around Thanksgiving and Christmas. But
Me
like,
too.
But next year, I think I'll have like in May, I'll get like another 3 weeks vacation. I think.
Sweet.
Sheesh.
Or I actually
So,
might have it.
June.
I don't know if I get it all at once or if it's a cruise.
2023.
I'd probably go on a cruise in June 2023.
Yeah, I would absolutely do that.
I would also just do another trip somewhere like
Where would you want to go? Like top 3 cities.
somewhere on the East Coast, like
I'm down for
Maine
New York.
or like New York somewhere.
I'm down for New York City.
That'd be cool.
So next year, I want to go to another football, like another NFL game. Like I want to pick a city that has a NFL franchise,
Giants.
like the Ohio trip that we did.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know what I mean? Like pick a city and go like make it like a 5-day trip or maybe 6 days or something, and kind of like make it where the football game's like what we're gonna do on Sunday, but like then just do stuff around the city.
You could do Detroit.
I don't
Want to get killed?
that.
What? No.
I'd be down for Denver. I'd be down for New York, and I'd be down for
Go watch Mr. Unlimited play.
yeah, Unlimited.
I'm trying to
I'd
think.
also be down for somewhere in Florida too. I like
Florida would
Florida.
probably be
Florida's
fun.
a nice city or a nice state.
No, I don't
Crazy
like Florida.
Crazy people, but that's part of the entertainment value.
I'm trying to think where else. I mean, yeah, really anywhere on the East Coast. I would just like to see some historical stuff.
The more I think
Boston
about it, the
would be
more
cool.
down I am for New York.
Austin.
Boston's fun.
Austin,
Boston.
Oh,
Boston.
Boston. Yeah,
Boston,
I'm down-
Texas.
I'm kind of down for like New York, Boston, like,
Washington.
Oh, I'd be down for DC too.
Yeah.
I would be down for DC. Go watch the Commanders play. That's my team, baby.
Just,
Watch it before Dan Snyder sells them. Piece of crap. Yeah, so I'm down for like if we did like a cruise vacation, like as a bigger one, and then like a in the States, like
Well, you got excited about the cruise line I told you about that has
No
no
kids.
children allowed.
no kids allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be down for that.
We'd have to leave Will behind then.
Kids are
Will Oliver. Will Oliver Jordan cut out.
You're a child if you complain about your feet hurting every like 2 minutes. So.
He's like, but I got them wet. It's like we all got wet feet on that one ride. Like you are not special. Like, sorry, I'm getting a little
Heated.
heated.
ooh.
Rightfully so.
You know what I did after I got off that ride? I sat down strategically on a bench and I took my socks off and my shoes off and I let them dry for just like 15 minutes. I let a little sun on them, got them dried out a little bit. They were still soggy when I got home that night.
Well, because it rained.
Yeah, because it rained. He was like, one more ride. I just remember like dashing through the rain.
Pick me up.
It's like the break. He's like, we're done when I say we're done. It's like, but Dave, they're closing all the rides.
Dave, you're soaking fast. I don't.
The rain was that was kind of like a weird, like fun ending
It
to
was
the
fun.
to the
Like,
day.
everybody was panicking. Like it was like people running around like gift shops. People were like drenched and like people were panicking.
Lightning.
And people were buying ponchos.
Yeah,
for, like,
people were buying
$50.
ponchos for like $15 a piece.
Yeah, that's so
It
stupid.
probably leaked everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, that was a great day.
How are you afraid of that much rain? Like, how are you just fearing of water that much? Like, I don't get it.
I think it's more of a comfort thing. I don't think it has to do with fear.
But like, you understand like what I'm trying to say. Like, even if it is a comfort thing,
They just don't
fear, like it
experience
doesn't
rain.
matter. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like they don't want
They
to
don't
get
know what
wet
it is.
super
I
badly.
remember-
It's like,
Never. I might tell that story.
no. Go ahead.
No, I don't think I will.
You're making me nervous.
I'll like be vague with it, but like I remember like we were under this thing and like people were eating like turkey legs, and then Mick had his lightsaber, and there was like a Disneyland employee that was like eyeballing Mick's lightsaber. Like, remember that?
I would have killed him.
Yeah, he would have
I
cut him down.
Do you remember that?
I
Isn't there
do,
also an
and now I know
also-
why Landon didn't want to tell the story. All right, so
I remember like looking at the turkey leg and be like, "Oh, that looks really good," but I'm like, I know we're gonna get dinner after this.
Gosh dang it! Stop.
So I didn't get one, and then then I remember just like eating Colby's Cheez-Its back in
I remember there were no Cheez-Its left.
Yeah, we ate them all.
You got Cheez-Its all over the bed,
Yeah, it was a mine.
and I was waiting for Dave to come back
Colby's.
so we can go grab food.
Will was like, no. Will was like, I'm not gonna have any Cheez-Its, guys. Dave said we'll get dinner.
I put all my faith in Dave, and it was so misplaced. It was so misplaced.
I don't know how many times I have to remind you. I told you I would go eat, and then you got all grumpy and decided no. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll go to bed then.
Dave at midnight, Dave literally came home at midnight. I was like, I'll go eat, Will, and it's like midnight, almost like 12:30. I'm like, what's the point anymore? Like, we're about to go to bed.
What do you mean? What's the point? Like, have you never eaten before going to bed? Like, it's not the healthiest thing, but like sometimes it's fun.
I ate like French fries.
How late?
I like 12, But here's the thing, though. I wanted to go to bed immediately. Like, I went to bed last night at like 2:30.
Dang.
Will's eating
So
at
it
Sherry's.
wasn't-
He's like, what's the point?
With your like, I knew we had to get up early the next morning, like early, like 7:30. So it was like,
Was that our checkout or something?
yeah, it was our checkout. We had to get out.
We went to IHOP.
We went to IHOP.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I knew IHOP was going to be great.
It
I
was
just
great.
knew it, and it was pretty dang great.
It was okay. Wasn't too bad.
I enjoyed that drive back though.
I remember laying in bed at the hotel eating Cheez-Its, watching like telenovas or whatever. Like if we were watching like something in like Spanish, like some
I just remember gagging because our hotel room just
Smelled like
a
crap.
poop.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
was backed up. It was not good.
Our
And it was
hotel
also
room was
way
fine.
warmer. It was just like muggy. Like you walked in, you were like hit with.
It was like a swampy, poopy.
And then you walk into the other room, the connected room, you'd be like, oh my god. It was like,
Yeah,
It really was
The
like
Superior-
that wall of
yeah, it was a wall.
like,
the superior like room for that like location was like that one.
Yeah, the best rooms were our rooms at the Pink Flamingo.
Yes, that was awesome.
Dope.
I missed the Flamingo. That was like my favorite hotel that we stayed at. I
Yeah.
think because we stayed at Flamingo. We stayed at
New York.
New York. What else did we stay at? We stayed at there was one the very first night we stayed
The
at
Plaza Hotel.
Yeah, the Plaza was all right.
I don't even remember that room.
I was at the Plaza yesterday because there was a rodeo that they had just outside the Plaza,
Oh, cool.
so I was there.
On Fremont Street.
Well, it's just off Fremont Street, but it's basically like this big lot that the Plaza owns, just south of the Plaza, and so they have like rodeos and just demolition derbies and stuff there. So we went to a rodeo last night.
Yeah.
You know, right outside our room, I think it was the Flamingo room.
Was it pickleball or tennis or something?
Ball courts.
They were, yeah.
They were, yes.
Yeah.
There was like a tournament or something.
Yeah, there was something going on. I've actually seen like videos of that for like promos of like new paddles and stuff from companies. I'm like, oh,
I think Colby and I stayed at, what is it, Excalibur? Night one? Like the night themed?
Yeah. You guys stayed at the
I think that's where
Excalibur.
we stayed there the one we went on our second trip there, which was fun.
was there like a themed room or anything?
No.
But I mean, the rest of the hotel is themed. That it's like I feel like you're okay if you're not like. And I'm sure that every themed hotel has probably like rooms that are actually themed. So I'm sure like the Luxor has probably
Totally,
like Egyptian themed rooms and
Yeah, I want to walk into like just a room with like fur everywhere and fireplace going on.
Yeah.
You just sleep naked.
I mean, I slept.
I mean, didn't you already sleep naked on our trip? And like people were not having it, but like you were like, what are you gonna do? Stop me,
Actually, I think I slept. Me or
Michael?
I think I slept with underwear. I'm pretty sure
Did we share a bed?
we did. Yeah, I think we shared a bed. When we had to share a bed, we and you were paired up.
Well,
And
the
then when
four
we got-
the four
we had
adults.
to bed, though,
The
so-
four adults took the smelly room because the other four were going to complain too much. So
I'm getting flashbacks to Overtime Rumble, like deja vu almost. Like this sounds familiar.
well, it doesn't take much to get like promoted to us. So just take that into account. Like,
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna complain about being hungry somewhere.
And then he stayed in the kid room. That was a fun trip. I do like Vegas a lot. too.
Yeah,
like
it's a
it's
good time.
chaotic, and after like a few days, like it could be like a lot. I feel like, but it's like a fun place.
The one thing I don't like about Vegas is the
The smell
I don't like the smell. Although
doesn't smell great,
you,
okay,
you mean the liquor and
One of
then
the few
cigarette
things.
smoke?
and the weed, like just like
Oh yeah.
the combination of all three. Like
so I don't like the view surrounding it. It's too deserty for me. You know, like it's too barren. Like the rocks that we went to were really good.
there's some great hiking.
There's some great I really enjoyed that.
I was actually going to say I like it because you're in a valley that's a desert, but you are ringed by mountains. Like right now, the mountains that we're next to are like covered in snow. So like, and they have trees and everything. So like, it's really pretty. But like the actual city itself is kind of like a desert, but the city is sprawling enough that it really just looks like a big city, like in a valley surrounded by a ring of mountains. So like, I've actually enjoyed that aspect of like the geography of this place. Where before I moved here, I was expecting to like not really enjoy it so much, but that's my opinion.
Well, thanks, Dave. Now my opinion's invalid.
Yep.
No,
Have
it's
better
not.
opinions, Will.
Listen, I'm trying, but you never know when an opinion is bad or good.
Yeah.
I know when opinions are bad or good.
That says a lot about you, Dave.
Dave's like, I'm right about everything. Yeah. Well, no, we need to do another trip next year.
Cruise.
I like doing 2 trips a year. I mean, that's a little aggressive sometimes, but like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like it should be like
I feel like if you have like one big one and kind of like a mini one,
one
I
big
think
one and a couple
yeah.
smaller ones. Like,
Small ones are like weekend ones.
I feel like this year I did a lot of trips because we did Vegas 2.0, which was just Colby myself and Dave and Bree, basically. But then I went to Leavenworth for a weekend, and then Sandpoint, or not Sandpoint. What's the beach?
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Long Beach. I don't know. I just had like a complete like my brain literally shut down. Like
Dude, I looked in your eyes and like you look like you were
nothing in my brain like was all gone. Like every piece of information I've ever like.
I saw like the windows like sand like the sand timer like spinning in your eyes.
Yeah. And I'm going to Des Moines for Christmas.
Well, I'm sorry.
Iowa.
Yeah. Meet Megan's parents and all of her family. I get to meet all of her family in like 1 week. It's gonna be maybe a little stressful.
That sounds fun.
You should talk with a lisp the whole time.
So I've
Like,
made
do
so many jokes to her. I'm like, what if I like showed up and like started acting like totally not like me? Like, what if I just acted like a degenerate or something? Like, I won't show up and like what if I show up and like just like the whole time I wear
wear like wife beaters or something.
Yeah, like wife beaters and like just like raggedy sweatpants and like my hair
gold chain.
Like yeah. Like I swear a bunch.
Wear like the pants below like the waistline, you know?
Yeah.
Just walk in, like blast rap everywhere.
Yeah.
What's wrong with rap, Will?
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Uh-oh.
I like rap.
Oh, really? Name all the rappers.
I'm a rap fan.
Yeah.
I have a friend that likes rap.
Oh. I am excited to go to Des Moines though because it's like just somewhere I like anywhere I haven't been. I just think it's fun to go. Like it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Even like crappy cities like Des Moines, like you'll just
well, we went to like on our Cincinnati trip. Like that's not like a super. You know what I mean? Like
It's
people
not
don't
like a
think,
destination city that like we would like be like, oh yeah, places I want to go, Cincinnati. But we had a great time there. It was
like,
a lot of fun.
I think it's like, I don't really care. Like it's like we went there. Like it was like 4 of us.
Yeah.
And we just went and screwed around like a city for like 5 days or whatever. 4 days. Like that's all. Like that's fun. Like you go to a football game, you go to like some like dive bars and like that gaming bar we went to.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was awesome. I wish we could have stayed there longer.
Yeah,
like,
we got there so late that like
it was so aggressive.
we don't talk about that.
And like he was just throwing so hard.
We don't talk about that, Landon.
Wait, hold on a second. I don't think I heard about this.
We were playing what was it, duckpin bowling?
Yes, duckpin bowling.
Which is fun. I never done that before. I didn't even know it was a thing. It's essentially bowling.
It's old-fashioned bowling. It's bowling before bowling existed.
Yeah, like it's almost. I felt like a mixture of bowling and skeet ball or whatever. Like
Yeah, if you go in there, talk like this, eh?
and all the
We're gonna go to the bowling alley,
by
eh?
strings. Like the pins are held up by strings, and you like have almost like a skeet ball, like, a little bigger than that. And you like it's way smaller, and you throw it.
And you say skate when you throw the ball at
Was
the
Jordan
pins, eh?
overhead?
He wasn't doing overhand, but he was throwing them with like so much aggression. Like they were going halfway down, and like thud. It was so loud. It was getting like there was not many people in this place this night. Like. And it was like I remember every time we throw it, I would like either look at Dave or Colby, and like we were just like
Dude,
I was
the
getting,
three
like,
of us looked like so uncomfortable.
I was so uncomfortable. Like,
What did you expect?
and then like we're like, hey Jordan, like maybe like don't throw them so hard. He's like, stop. He said, I'm not throwing them hard. I was like, dude, like, it was great.
That's an interesting.
And that's the night I climbed up the fire escape. Right?
Well, you tried.
I made it further than you guys thought I would. I jumped.
2 rungs on the ladder.
The ladder was down. You had to jump and grab onto it, and then it started falling down. Like it was one of those ones that drops down.
Oh, it started like shifting down.
It was like from a video game, you know, like when you pull it down and then like it's permanently down now, and now you opened up like a shortcut that you have access to.
I unlocked a shortcut.
Did you climb it like extremely fast, like in Assassin's Creed? Just whoop, 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 whoop.
No, I was a little bit intoxicated, so I was like, I dropped down
little bit.
a little bit.
End quotes.
That was a fun night. That was the trivia night, right?
Yeah, that's when we won our shirts.
All
And
deep fried Oreos. All those that place had the burgers were so good.
yeah,
Oh my god. Oh, that place
they had those grilled cheese sandwiches too that were like,
yeah.
that place was
Sliders
great.
or whatever. Yeah, that place was awesome, and we dominated. Even though we didn't win, I don't think we actually won.
No,
Like,
we won.
I don't think we did though. Like,
Everyone just was doing their math wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Wait, how did you not how do you not
Like-
win trivia if you've won trivia?
Well, like it just seemed like we didn't actually like I don't know, right? Wasn't there something weird where we're like I don't think we were announced as the winner, but like I didn't feel like we actually
Oh, like they got the scorecard switched up?
something
And
happened.
so-
I can't remember exactly, but
Oh,
it was like a
interesting.
weird thing where like I don't know. But we got some dope shirts. I was wearing mine the other day.
Dupe.
Yeah, my shirt is in my regular rotation of t-shirts.
I think I might have stained mine though a little bit though, which is sad.
It's Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint. Shout out.
That place was good enough that if I was back in Cincinnati ever for anything, I would probably go get
Oh,
some
I would
food.
go back there. Yeah.
They were all and that was fun too. The fun of that night was like we left the hotel with intentions to go to like a pizza place.
Yeah, we're going to a pizza place.
We had intentions. We had a plan, and then that place was closed. And it was like, now we're just out in the city. It's cold, and we're like, well, we have to find somewhere to eat. And then like there was just one of the cooks was outside the place. He's like, oh, we got the best burgers in town. We're like, all right, like screw it. And then probably, you know what I mean, had a better night than we probably would have had if we'd gone to the pizza. Like that's just the fun of like spontaneous like adventures, you know. But we can never do another trip again, so. So we just have to like hold on to these memories because you know eventually they'll slip away.
Stop, dude, stop. You never know when you're gonna die. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, geez.
What? Dude, Will, are you trying to accelerate that for Landon?
No, I'm just saying that like I might not go on another trip again.
Wait, no.
I might be in the ground.
That's so depressing, Will. What's wrong with you?
No, that's not what's wrong with me. It's just reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to like say it like that.
Yeah, but if you die like tomorrow, like
We're still going on a vacation.
like it won't matter to you because it won't matter to you because you're dead. Like,
Yeah.
Do you want us to throw your ashes in the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah, on the cruise, like pour it down the water slide. Like,
I'll just mix it into Landon's drink.
Ew.
There was that show. It was probably a TLC show. It was the like my Strange Addiction,
Yeah.
and this woman whose husband passed away. She couldn't stop eating his ashes.
That's messed up.
And she was like upset because she was like, I know eventually they're going to run out, so I don't know what to do.
Ration them.
Yeah, I guess so. That's disgusting.
That show just sounds like something that exploits people that have like clear mental health problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
I've
horrible.
seen movies like I'm in love with 85 balloon animals, and I'm like, okay.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I love the ones where like it's like the hoarders, like they like have like just so much junk. Like
That gives me anxiety. I
I like it.
can't handle that.
They're like, all right, we have to get rid of some of your stuff. She's like, and they're like, do you really need this like spare tire? And she's like, well, I don't know, like someone might like need it.
You really need these 78 spare toilet seats in your backyard?
Yeah.
Yes.
I need the fucking.
You never know when you'll need one.
It's totally exploiting people. Like,
Gosh, it's horrible. As much as I like stuff, I hope I never get to like the hoarder mindset.
yeah.
Ugh,
I mean, but
shoot.
you're pretty good, I think, at getting rid of stuff, though.
Oh yeah, I think I'm not that sentimental. When it
Mick's
comes to
already
stuff.
thrown away his racing rig that he bought. Already.
Yep. Trash.
No, he just never built the rig. Remember?
Yeah, I never did.
Do you not play the racing games anymore? Like, did you
I don't play any video games really.
play Modern Warfare 2 with your racing wheel.
I could, and I'll dominate. No, I've tried playing some Gotham Knights. And,
Oh yeah, how's that?
it's not that great. It's pretty rough actually. The fighting mechanic just doesn't. I mean, it's so hard not to like compare it to the Arkham games or even the Spider-Man games, which I think it feels closer to the Spider-Man games, but there's like some weird like latency with your button clicking to what your character is doing. So I feel like you have to just you're waiting for your character to finish a move and then click a button. It doesn't feel
Is
good.
this something by design or is it like a clear bug?
I mean, it seems by design. I don't know why it would be a bug necessarily. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I'm not a video gamer.
have you checked the latency like settings on your TV, your monitor?
What's that?
So
That
wait,
answer.
is this one like this is one there's multiple characters, right? Like do you
Yeah, you can play as Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, or Red Hood.
is it like they have different abilities so sometimes you have to swap between them or like is
I
it
don't
is it
think
is
the
it
game requires
multiplayer?
you can unlock multiplayer like an hour into the game. Apparently you can unlock online multiplayer though, because I started playing and then some random guy was like, "Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?"
Like I was on Instagram, I'm like, how do I get them out? How do I get them out of my game?
Yeah, I'm like immediately like mute my mic, like go to settings, like turn that off. So I want random people just like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm Robin. What's going on?"
I'm surprised you bought Modern Warfare 2 then. Have you seen the clips of like people screaming at each other over the mic?
Can't you just disable that?
I know, but like,
Yeah, I'm turning
that's
that
part
off.
of the appeal of the game, I think, for some people.
I don't
They're
wanna-
literally like,
I mean, that's with
"You
like
suck. Your mom's bad. Like,
Dude, my mom probably is not good at Modern Warfare 2. Like,
I'm like, yeah, you're dead.
I would play that with Jordan in the public mic. I just tell like he's
no,
so
no.
So awful. Like,
Uh,
yeah, just to see him like break another controller and TV screen.
break another TV and say another one.
no. So which character then do you like the most playing?
So far, I started with Robin, and he's pretty cool. Like, he's got his bow staff, which is fun to use, and I played Nightwing, and he's got his 2 little stickies.
Do you not start with all the characters? Like, do you unlock
I
them
forget what
throughout the
they're called.
game?
What's that? What? Huh?
Do you not start with all the characters? Do you unlock them throughout the game, or?
No, you start with all of them.
Oh, okay, you just haven't tried Red Hood or Batgirl yet.
No. Some of the game is cool though. Like, it has a lot more like real time, like what you're doing. Like, you actually go out on patrol and like find clues of like what's going on in the city. The Arkham games, it was like very much linear when it came to that, where it was like, this is what's happening, and you're kind of stuck, in one night basically.
I really like the arc.
Like, this is like, oh, you have to go out and actually explore and like interrogate people and then find clues and stuff like that. I think that aspect is pretty cool. The traversal is terrible though. I think the game like really wants you to unlock the people's like actual traversal like mechanic, because each of them has some type of
Like a dash or something.
kind of like that. Like, I think Nightwing, he has like basically a glider that he holds onto and basically just glides around the city. Red Hood has some type of, I don't even know what it is. It's like a jumping kind of teleporting thing. And then Robin actually has a teleporting thing. And then I think Batgirl actually glides like Batman does.
I thought Batgirl had the motorcycle.
They all have the motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
The motorcycle sucks too.
I've heard the motorcycle's bad.
It's so slow.
Dang.
Make you long for the Batmobile from Arkham Knight.
It really does, yeah. Yeah, something about the bike, it's just like there's no sense of speed. Like, you go and then you're at the same speed. I think it tries to trick you that you're speeding up because you hear the engine and you're like, oh, I'm going faster. But if you like look to the side, it's just like, that was me going really slow.
At least with the Arkham Knight, like the Batmobile, like you could pick up some speed.
You can pick up speed. You
There's
could like
some-
smash into things. You could
Yeah.
like,
You can
turn around.
drift around corners and there's guys and you drift right into them and they go. Bzzz.
yeah,
Yeah.
because Batman doesn't kill. Speaking of Batman, I think we got to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman first in the animated series back in the 90s, and then with most of the Arkham games, he passed away, I think, on the 10th at 66. I think they said he had a pretty short battle with cancer, so
Yeah.
it's pretty sad. He was a big part of, I think, a huge generation's childhood.
Because he was the voice in what was the Batman animated.
Yeah, Batman, the animated series, yeah.
Yeah. And he was in a ton of other stuff, right?
He was, I mean,
Prolific
for
voice actor,
for a
right?
lot of people, like, he was Batman. Like, that's what Batman sounds like, is Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. Well, he played him in. Did he play him in the Arkham games?
Yeah.
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 All but Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
Who was he in Arkham? Who voiced him in Arkham Origins?
Roger Craig Smith?
Okay.
Is that the one? Is that the one where Troy Baker played the Joker?
Yes.
Yes.
Mark Hamill did in the other ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Mark Hamill was, like, Joker in the animated series, too, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard for everybody that actually knew him. But, yeah, it's sad. Will messaged me about it, and I was like, oh, wow, that's very unexpected.
It kind of came out. Usually you hear, or sometimes you hear with somebody that is battling cancer that they, like, you follow their fight with them. Like,
Yeah.
they're not doing well, they are doing well. Sometimes it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I don't think he, from the sounds of it, probably didn't have time to really let people know.
Yeah.
And I,
Sometimes it's
Probably
quick
didn't
like,
wanna
sometimes
know.
it's like quick like that. Like you
Yeah.
find out like months before you die.
yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's sad. He was, he's definitely like, if, like, for me, if I read any comics, like, that's the voice that I'm hearing from Batman, because it's just so ingrained.
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah. But I think he was supposed to do that HBO, like, Batman animated series that was more like adult.
Oh.
I don't know if he ever recorded anything or not.
Yeah, they could have had enough done. Like,
Yeah, but yeah, sad.
rip.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, what do you guys think of Black Panther? We'll come like back to that. Like,
I thought it was okay. It was too long, and there were some pacing issues.
2 hours and 40 minutes is a long. It's a long.
It was
movie.
really long.
If there's one thing I'll give it is that it was more emotional than the usual MCU movie, where
Yes.
it really did a good job with like a character's death, like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And not just, I mean, the actor's death too, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, so there was like a little bit more of an emotional punch. It made me think of how better the MCU be if it took death more seriously.
Yeah. So do they they kill off like the character, right? Black Panther. Like,
I mean, do you want us to spoil stuff or?
Like, it's
I guess I don't. I mean, it's up to Dave. I don't really care.
you see it in the trailer, so I'm not sure
I
if
haven't
it's too much
seen
spoiler.
the trailer.
It's up to Dave if he wants to hear it or not. I don't really. I'll probably watch the first one and go see the second one at some point.
You haven't seen the first one?
No.
Oh.
There was like a 3-year window or 2-year window. I didn't watch like any Marvel movies. Like I haven't seen either of the Ant-Man movies. I haven't seen Doctor Strange or Black Panther. Like I just fell behind.
Yeah,
I think I got burned out on Marvel
Understandable.
movies. And then once you fall behind, it's like, oh,
it's hard to get caught up.
Yeah.
Especially with the shows. Like I haven't seen Moon Knight, I haven't seen Miss Marvel, and I haven't seen She-Hulk. And I'm like,
I just haven't seen She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. I've seen like all the other.
I finished She-Hulk, by the way. I don't think I ever talked about it, but
Yeah.
did you like it?
yes. I actually thought it was very good. But you guys are talking about Black Panther, so I can talk about She-Hulk later.
But yeah, overall, I liked the film. I think that it, like Michael said, it does have pacing issues. It does have it's a little too long. I think it does a lot. The MCU is turning into like movies that do a lot of things right and do a lot of things wrong at the same time, and that's like no exception for Black Panther, where it felt like a lot of the characters didn't have much to do at some points, and felt like some things to me were a little cheesy. Like certain line deliveries were a little cheesy.
There's some characters in the movie that like they literally don't do anything.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty much.
you could take them out and nothing would change.
Yes. And but it does do a lot of things right. It's very emotional, so which is something I appreciate. So next MCU movie I think is Ant-Man and the Wasp 3.
Quantumania.
Quantumania. So that'll be interesting.
It's coming out in February, I think.
Yes.
Still behind.
I'm excited for that one because
Can't catch up.
I think that one's going to have actually really big implications on the overall timeline.
Yeah, I
What's
think
his face in it? Kang or Kong?
Kang the Conqueror.
King the Conqueror.
Kang
That guy.
or Kong?
Kang Kong.
Kang.
You know,
A big monkey
big giant monkey.
from Skull Island. Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kong Skull Island.
Or Kong Skull Island.
The collaboration we needed.
Ant-Man versus
King
Kong.
Kong.
That'd be crazy. I need to catch up. I just need to like lock myself in a room and watch all the Marvel movies I haven't seen. See if I can make it through them all without like.
I mean,
shitting
they're
myself.
all but the Spider-Man movies are on Disney Plus,
Oh, that's right.
which you have.
I have. Yeah, I have. I have my own subscription now too. I got my own.
Yeah, you grew up.
I grew up.
Good job. Dave made me delete mine.
What? No, I didn't make him delete it.
All right, the adults over here.
You're not an adult if you don't share streaming platforms with an adult. Like, I pay for Hulu, you pay for HBO, and we'll split the Amazon Prime. I got my own Amazon Prime too.
Me too. Will?
Do you have Amazon Prime yet? You watched Lord of the Rings Power or whatever, so Rings of Power.
That's because my dad was watching it. And he's like, "Will, want to join?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, Dad. I'll."
Yeah, sure, Dad.
You just watch The Boys with your dad too.
No,
Yeah.
thank you. No,
Dude, the Boys is great social commentary. You don't think your dad would be into social commentary?
Listen, my dad is into social commentary. He's just not into some of the things that come with it. So that are in The Boys. Over the top violence and
Did we ever talk about the end of Rings of Power?
I think we did, didn't we?
I don't know.
Did they find all the
question.
rings of power?
Yep.
They destroyed him.
They destroyed them all.
Yep.
Go
like-
into the fire.
They reveal like Sauron, right? Don't they? Like,
Yeah. Who could have guessed that it was gonna be that person?
I thought it was going to be Galadriel.
Not me. totally didn't. Episode 5 was like, oh, I bet that's who it is. And it turned out to be right.
So are you saying the show was very predictable?
What?
Do you not like the Rings of Power?
It's all right. Could be better, but it could be worse.
That's
Like
true.
Obi-Wan?
Could be
like
better. Could be worse.
Well, Obi-Wan could be better.
The show is
Could be
good,
worse.
but it could be better.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal.
Josh.
What?
Josh Gay goes. He
Is
looks,
Pedro
he
Pascal?
looks like Pedro
He does
Pascal,
look like Pedro Pascal. But
especially with the mustache.
starting in January, it's going to be Pedro Pascal months with Last of Us starting in January, running till February, and then into March, and then Mandalorian starting in late February, running into, I think, April. So it's going to be the quarter year of Pedro Pascal.
I'm very excited for the Last of Us show. I don't know if it'll be. I'm worried about the actress playing Ellie.
Yeah, I'm not sold on
And
her.
it's probably she'll probably be totally fine. I just like when I look at her, I'm like, I don't see Ellie.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When I see Pedro Pascal, I'm like, I can buy him as Joel. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I trust HBO and I trust Druckmann.
It just depends on how the actress carries herself. That's
Yeah.
literally all it's going to, like, Ellie's a very unique personality in both games.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to successfully, quote, replicate, end quote, the performance in some ways. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
gonna
she'll
be-
probably want to do her own thing too.
Yeah. That's what the
Neither-
creators told her, like, don't play the game.
Yeah. Pedro Pascal like watched somebody play like a little bit of it, then stopped, like because he didn't want to just copy.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly excited for it because like there's people in my life, like my parents and my girlfriend, that like don't play video games, and I'm like, you can enjoy this like story that I really like
Yeah.
by watching the show.
What happens if they crap on it? They're just like, oh, this is awful.
Well, I mean,
Dump
they could dump my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. meet with my parents and my girlfriend. Be like, I'm breaking up with all of you. We're done.
I choose
Yeah,
the Last of
yeah.
Us HBO show.
Yeah, I choose the Last of Us HBO over you guys.
Always there for me.
Yeah. Then when it gets canceled, we don't pick it up for like the second season. I'm like, oh no.
Take me back.
Take me back.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. Like if the shows, because like I'm a big critic of like video game stories. Like I feel like generally speaking, they're like
Why?
terrible. They're most of them like so. It's like, is The Last of Us
Name a
actually-
bad one. That's right. You can't.
So like it'll be interesting to be like, is The Last of Us actually really a really good story, or is it just a really good story for a video game? You know what I mean? I think it's just a really good story, but will it translate to screen? I think it will translate well to screen.
I think it will. Yeah.
So
I think it will or it won't. That's my bold prediction.
you never wrong.
Only time will tell.
Never wrong.
I hope they keep like the musical themes
Yeah.
from the games because it's so integrated, so intertwined
Yeah.
with the video game.
The vibe, like the light guitar that plays.
Yeah, kind
during
of
most of it.
the folky guitar stuff.
Yeah, it's good. The music in both those games is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially, I've grown to appreciate in part 2 there's 2 soundtracks actually. There's like the guitar music that is usually there, but there's also somebody else that does like the encounter music. They actually did that for the second game rather than like the first game was just guitar music. And it's like really high energy, like not techno, but like very. I can't really describe it. You just have to go listen to it.
EDM.
It's like you can feel the suspense from just like listening to it.
Country.
And I really hope they do that with the
I hope,
story rather
like,
than.
I hope
just
they
guitar
like.
music.
I think they'll do it. I think the show will be just as violent as the game too, right?
Probably more violent.
I would imagine.
It's going to be more horrifying
If
at
they
least,
do-
because of the real like the effects are going to be greater.
Yeah. If they like renew it and do like if they make the part 2 into a show also, like they need to like carry the level of violence, because that's like, in my opinion, that's like really important to like the themes of that game is like how violent it is. Like
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, they're basically zombies. You can get away with a lot of.
but you killed there are a lot of people.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
people
important
died, too.
people that die in that.
I'm
that
saying
game.
like majority, it's you slaughtering the infected.
Yeah.
Clickers. I'm excited to see the clickers on screen. They're so creepy. Oh
Their screeches give me nightmares still.
yeah, the clicking is like gets me all scared.
What was that sound?
Yeah, I'm excited. I wonder if they'll do like if they do season, because season 1 is supposed to cover the first game, I believe, and I think it's 9 episodes. I wonder, like, if they do like season 2, will season 2 just be the second game, or will they do like? I wonder if they'll try to make it where they like cover the in between, like, you know what I mean? Will they make like season 2 be like the in between?
there's
the
a
first,
lot
there's a lot of stuff they
they
could
could
do,
cover.
like.
Especially because they're not limited by like the story they wanted to tell for part 2 had to rush over certain things that they
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have rushed over.
Yeah, you have more room to do that in a TV show because you can do that smaller stuff without
Right. And cutting out, there's a lot of things like the time it takes to get from like in like Seattle Day 2 when you have to go from the theater to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
That's like maybe 45 minutes to an hour of game time when you can have 15 minutes maybe be that screen time in like in a film. Like there's so many flexible ways you can present, like you can play with the story and have it either expanded or cut down.
Yeah,
That I'm
because
kind of excited.
Like you don't have to like have it, like there'll be enemy encounters, but they don't have to be super like lengthy or like to have
Yeah.
gameplay and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting watching people, or like watching people who have no like
Background with it.
how they react to it, and
Yeah.
how do they react to the plot points, and see
Yep.
if it goes over better. Like certain plot points go over better
part two.
Like if they do adapt
David
it to,
mentioned he thought that story would be better
like
suited
for a television
for
series,
adult, right? That was something you thought, like the format.
second game.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
You mentioned you would have liked it more if it wasn't a video game.
I
Yeah,
think it
'cause
had to do though with
It had to do with like
controlling
decisions and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave's like, I wouldn't have done this, so like bad video game.
I mean, that's my opinion was much more nuanced than that. But I mean,
No, I don't.
Pretty sure that was word for word.
We definitely didn't talk about it on the show.
yeah. What game? What game are we talking about? Jack 2?
Yeah.
Put it
It's
on
a
hard mode.
masterpiece. 30 minutes or what was it?
It was 2 hours. Come on, it's not superhuman.
Oh my.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? I know, Dave, you have a quiz.
I almost burned my face off this week.
Yeah, you look fine. I think you faked it.
You can look at my left eyelashes. They're a little.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
They're short.
I didn't notice.
They're like a
beforehand.
little crispy.
Yeah.
What happened? You exploded something at work in your face?
Yeah, like I was like working on like a furnace thing for like this big like the store, like and like this like I'm trying to think how to explain it, like not super technically, but like, you know, there's gas in a burner and like, you know, there needs to be like a spark, like there's like an electric spark that like causes it to ignite, and it wasn't working because like the there's like a loose connection in this board, and like if you move the wire enough, like it would like make the connection on the board to ignite it, but like the gas had been like going for long enough that like when I pushed it and finally made it connect, like
There was so much gas.
there was so much
there.
gas that exploded out of the unit like in a fireball, like and singed like my left eyelashes, eyebrows, like a bunch of hair on my arm and like my face. Like it was actually really scary for like
Yeah,
30 minutes.
I think that happened at least once when we were in school,
Yeah.
and I was always freaked out about it. It's like,
It was so loud too. It was like,
yeah.
boom, and I was like, oh. I very calmly went to the bathroom in the store and like looked in the mirror. I'm like, okay, like my eyeball's not melted. I'm like,
Did you think you died for like a good like?
and I didn't
split
think
second?
I died. I'm just like, I hope I didn't damage my eye. Like,
Yeah,
and it smelled really bad because like hair
the
burning,
burnt hair.
smells really bad.
yeah.
And then, you know, it smelled like that the rest of the day. And then when I got home and took a shower, like the smell was like
Ugh.
surged up. Like the whole shower just like smelled. Like I'm like, I just smell like burnt hair. And now my like left eyelashes, like they're not gone, but like they just feel like crispy is the only way I can describe them.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is how your eyelashes should feel. So and they're like kind of, some of them are like kind of just curled up because they like, you know, singed and like
They wilted.
yeah, they wilted away. Like
Well, I'm glad you're not dead.
yeah.
I texted you and I was like,
I saw your text. I was like confused at first because like a couple hours later, and I'm like,
I was like, how vague should I make this? Because it's stupid if I just say it.
yeah,
But I was like, oh, you didn't become a Batman villain.
yeah. Nope, I'm not Two-Face, not yet.
Not Two-Face. I was talking about Poison Ivy.
Dang it.
Well, sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Water exploded in my face once at work.
Did you become Mr. Freeze or whatever?
I became Hydro Man.
What killed the dinosaurs, Michael?
The Ice Age!
Movie is so great.
Oh my gosh.
Like we can just freeze anything, and that now we can break through it. Like because
Yeah,
you know,
that makes sense.
yeah, they have like ice skates built into their shoes. Like they're like, oh, how do I-"
There are so many wobbly icicles in that movie too. They're just all rubbery. It's such a bad movie. Have you seen it, Will?
Long time ago.
Yeah. We should do it.
I know Batman has a credit card because he tries to buy Poison Ivy.
Never leave the cave without it.
So stupid.
I watched those movies back when I don't even know if Netflix still does it, but like when you got discs from Netflix, when that was like how they started.
I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't think, but like that's how that used to be the only option, right?
At first, yeah.
And we didn't have a Netflix thing, but my neighbors did, and I was like I was house sitting for them. So like I was just getting all the Batman movies like on DVD, like, and they were so bad.
Yeah, I mean, none of those early ones I like.
I don't like 89 either. I know a lot of people I don't like.
I don't think it's.
I like the next one. I like the one with
Returns.
Yeah, actually,
I don't like that one even.
Danny DeVito as the Penguin is great.
He's freaky.
He's so scary. like bites that guy's like nose off.
Oh my gosh. His mouth is just constantly like drooling out black sludge.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I don't like that movie.
That was like probably my favorite Catwoman version until the new one.
I didn't like the version. I don't like the version where it's like there's a mysterious thing that happened. She died, and then cats
like
resurrected her. Like, it's just stupid.
I just felt like
Catwoman is a burglar.
Yeah,
I mean,
a cat burglar.
Yeah, she was hot though.
Yes. Yeah.
I do have a quiz though, Michael.
Let's talk about the next Catwoman.
We're talking about Batman, Dave.
No, you're talking about Catwoman.
Dark Knight Rises has one of my favorite actors, Bern Gorman's in it. Frequently mentioned on the latest episode of the show, Bern Gorman.
All right, Dave, what's your quiz?
Okay, so this is a quiz about U.S. primal cuts of beef. So if you guys know your...
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
Dave? Sorry.
You say that
Landon
again.
was going.
This is a quiz about U.S. primal cuts of beef. So if you know how like a cow is like butchered and sold,
My parents would ace this.
there's nine cuts, and then I have a couple of the cuts. I'll have some questions that are also specific like kinds of steak. So pretty straightforward. Most of these also they're kind of, some of them are like kind of word kind of quizzes too, so pay close attention to the words used, and that should help get you the answer. So this first cut is a common nickname for Charles.
Chuck.
Yes, the Chuck roast.
Yeah.
This quiz also I don't think will be too difficult.
I don't think I've had a chuck steak in like ever.
Chuck is really good slow cooked. I don't really like it any other way, but slow cooked chuck is actually my favorite way. My favorite slow cooked beef. Next cut.
Dave.
This the normal human body has 24 of these, 12 on each side.
Ribs.
Good job.
I was thinking, like, that's too easy.
I thought teeth first. I was like, wait.
Fingers.
There's actually a surprising amount of meat on the teeth.
don't know. The gums with them.
All right, so this is a type of rib steak. So this is a type of single-handed axe native to many indigenous peoples and nations of North America.
Tomahawk.
That's a tomahawk steak. Have you guys had one of these before?
Never had it.
They look really cool. They're kind of they look like you could kill a man with it.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is
very expensive.
yes, they are not cheap. Okay, and this is another rib steak. This is Amazon's premium service lung protector.
Prime rib.
Prime rib. Good job, Landon.
What?
No.
You didn't.
You have to say rib.
Prime rib is great. I love prime rib.
Prime rib is good. Okay.
Do I make the point?
No, you didn't say it right.
No, the whole cut is prime rib.
This is the worst quiz on planet
Okay.
Earth.
Next cut. This is a literary term for the region of the sexual organs, especially when regarded as a source of erotic or procreative power.
Spotted dick.
No, okay.
Say it one more time, Dave.
It's a literary term.
Slower.
Literary term for the region of the sexual organs, especially when regarded as the source of erotic or procreative power.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
There is a burning in my
Loins.
loin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 4 kinds of loin steak. So this is luggage carrier home.
Luggage.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Luggage carrier home?
Baggage? Bag? What? I don't get it.
Balls.
This is a porterhouse steak. Porterhouse steak. All right, next one. Undressing in the Big Apple.
Undressing in the...
New York strip.
New York strip steak. Good job.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. In French, this means cute, boneless piece of meat.
Bon appetit.
You're done. Filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
I love filet mignon.
All right. This one might be like kind of a deep cut. I'll see if you guys know us. This is This is George Costanza's desired nickname at Play Now. T-Bone. Oh, good job, Landon. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even finish the question.
Oh, great job, Landon.
All right. From now on, Landon is T-Bone.
That was so satisfying.
My dad was just talking about that like episode like the other day to me. I think we were talking about like.
All right.
He's like, I want to go buy tea. I can't believe you got it, Landon.
So far, Landon and Mick are doing very well. Will, this is your chance to catch up.
Yes. Here we go.
All right.
Keep guessing Bon Appetit.
This is the next cut. Okay, so what you should call the groin or hip area after it is knighted?
Sirloin?
Sirloin.
I was so close.
You're like,
All right, and this is a cut of sirloin. This is 3 points.
tri-tip.
Tri-tip steak.
Nice.
Tri-tip is what Michael and I grew up eating because it was the cheapest steak, and so my dad would always buy that. So I grew up not really liking tri-tip because it was the only kind of cut.
Dave, you didn't grow up liking meat, though.
Tri-tip, well done.
I did like finally get to the point where I like meat. Like tri-tip also I think is good slow cooked. I think it's up there with chuck if you put it in a what are they called? Crock pot for like 8 hours. Tri-tip is pretty good like that.
This quiz is too rich for me.
All right, next cut. This is shaped like or approximately like a circle or cylinder.
Don't tell me.
Circular cut?
Say it again.
Shaped like or approximately like a circle or cylinder.
Leg cut?
Hamburger patty.
I think you guys are thinking too hard. Just what's an adjective for shaped like or approximately like a circle or cylinder?
Cone.
Round?
Round.
Round tip.
No, just round. Round
steak.
cut. Have you guys had like round
Tips.
like beef round?
Technically, if you have a perfect round, like no tip.
No tip.
No tip.
All right, next cut. This is a utensil used to stab someone in prison.
Fork, knife, spoon.
Stab one. Shank.
A shank cut.
Gosh dang it.
This is like the legs, like the upper legs of the
Dude, I don't know
beef.
steak.
Okay, a couple more. Next cut. This is the prime cut for Texas barbecue.
Oh,
Roadhouse cut.
Prime cut for Texas barbecue.
Grilled
flank steak. Flank.
Seared steak.
Seared is cooking method.
Michael, you have a guess?
I'm trying to think.
I didn't really have any other way to describe this, so unfortunately this is all I have.
Say it again.
The prime cut for Texas barbecue, Texas style barbecue.
Is it brisket?
It's brisket. Good job. All right.
Brisket is so good.
Yes.
I love brisket. Brisket is one of the best things ever. Probably.
Okay, two more cuts.
Talking about it's a bad question.
Two more cuts. This is a thing you commonly eat off.
The rib
Plate.
A plate.
Steak.
This is like the belly. This is like the belly of the beef. Okay, and this is a type of plate cut. An appropriate pun for the lower half of Lady Gaga's meat outfit.
Cube steak.
Skirt steak. Good job. Okay, last question and last primal cut. This is a tactical term in warfare that means to have forces on adjacent sides of a target.
Flank.
Good job.
Single one.
I was not keeping track of points, but Landon and Mick, I think you are maybe tied for second or tied for first, which means Will, you got second place.
Yay! I'm so happy with my.
I think that's one of your first quizzes that I've done well at.
Same. I typically don't do. Like,
All right. Well,
I think that's one of the first ones Will's done bad at.
Will doesn't cook
Listen,
or no.
I don't have the time and money to buy steak.
You have the time. You have the time.
this quiz is designed so you don't have to know anything about steak to get these right.
Great time today.
Steak is expensive though. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I have found
it's going up.
I'm
It's
like-
just going up in price too.
And it's also like I feel like if you don't cook it right, it tastes horrible. Like
Yeah. You have to get it right.
which I think I have a new way to cook it. Like recently, I've only done it
Microwave?
once. I do because I've always had problems with I like pan searing them, but I always end up I can never get the center cooked enough and the edges get burned, or I like set off my smoke detector
What type of oil are you using?
like a high smoke.
high smoke.
point.
Okay.
So what I did now is I put in the oven and got it to 100 degrees.
Oh, so reverse
Searing.
Yeah, and then I just like pan fried it with butter for like 2 minutes on each side, and I got to like perfect medium rare, like with a crisp.
That's a good way to do it.
So good.
I have not done it that way, but I next time I get like a good steak, I want to do that. Lately, when I've been getting beef, I've been getting beef to slow cook. But if I'm getting like an actual cut of steak, then I just do it like on a pan, like a cast iron skillet.
What heat do you cook it on? Because like that's I would just prefer to do it that way.
I
But
usually
I
do
keep,
just medium with butter.
Medium.
I just
with
keep
butter, and then I
always
heavily
burns.
salt and pepper the steak before you do it.
It always burns for me. Like, and then I get like that cut into it, and it's like raw in the middle. So I'm doing something.
Maybe you're getting steak that's too thick, or your temperature is too high.
Oh, okay.
How much time are you doing it for?
It's enough. I mean, I like my smoke detectors are going off, and like the outside of the steak is like blackened. Like, but, like, the, like raw,
Dude,
like,
there is some bad disconnect
I'm
going
like, on. Like,
Are you basting it?
yeah. So I'm just gonna reverse sear them from now on because like
Yeah,
it's just way
I mean,
easier. Like it was like
that
way
works.
easier. Like I took it out like at 100, and then I just like pan fried it for like 2 minutes on each side, and it was perfect. I'm like, I'm just gonna do that. That's like way for me because I'm too stupid. Like I'm gonna do it that way.
Dumb meat brain.
Yeah, eat dumb.
Are you letting the steak come to room temperature before you do anything to it?
Yeah, most of the time I'm letting it
And
sit
you
out.
dab it, get all the moisture off?
Yeah.
You're cursed.
Yep. So I'm just gonna reverse sear it. Actually, that sounds really good. I think one of the days this week I'm gonna make steak, and I really like asparagus. I don't know if you guys are big asparagus.
Oh,
fans.
I like asparagus.
really?
Asparagus goes really well
with steak.
with steak too.
I don't like the way it makes my pea smell.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's not great, but it tastes good.
Like I like asparagus with like just like salt, pepper, and like maybe like a little lime, or lemon
Slightly
juice on it,
charred
like-
asparagus.
and then a steak,
I like
and then,
broccoli.
and then a steak, and then like some air fried like French fries, like perfect meal with like 18 beers.
I don't usually have fries with steak. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, rarely.
They're pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Like
I like
more of
fries.
like
I like fries a lot,
mashed
but I just
potato
don't have them
fries.
with steak.
yeah.
Do you have a question, Will?
No,
You raise your hand.
I was just stretching.
Will you make a steak, Will?
I will try.
I will try Will's steak.
Okay, Friendsgiving. I get the steaks.
We're not gonna have steaks on Friendsgiving.
We're like, what's this cut of beef? And he's like, bon appetit.
Was that a legitimate answer? Was that like okay? I just wasn't sure.
You can never be too sure with me. So
Yeah.
I understand. I'm stupid.
Yes.
You're not wrong. All right. Well, thanks for the quiz, Dave. That was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks. That was a good one. That was like more for like my level of intelligence.
Now I'm
like you're like well the rainforest at 35 longitude. Like, what other area would have the same type of weather? Like, oh, that's right, New Guinea.
You guys actually did pretty well on that quiz, on that climate quiz.
Antipode of this.
Yeah, and I'm like feel like my brain cells like
Antipode quiz, Mick, would be really easy. What's on the other side? The Pacific Ocean. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Hope you guys are now hungry for steak too. So
Let's go get a steak.
let's go get a steak. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I have to use the restroom.
Okay, Will.
Bon appetit.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.